Hello, in today's video we're going to be having a look at the Cambridge speaking exam. So if you are preparing for your proficiency or CPE exam, your advanced or CAE or the Cambridge First, this is a very good video for you to watch because it will show you exactly what the examiners are looking for. As well as this, if there are any teachers out there watching exactly and you want to know exactly how Cambridge examiners mark the speaking, well, that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So let's have a look at what examiners actually look at. And hopefully you already kind of know some of these things, but I'm going to go through them anyway. So the examiner will grade you on the following criteria, okay? And there are 5 of them. First of all, your grammatical resources, which obviously is, your grammar. How many mistakes you make, if your grammar is accurate or not, things like this. Then your lexical resources, how good your vocabulary is. Again, if you're using a range of topical vocabulary with ease and in the correct situations, you're going to get high marks here. Your discourse management, sounds very scary, but it's really not. Discourse management is pretty much how you organize your answer, and that's about it. So as long as you organize it in a logical way and are expanding and using linking words and things like this, you should get a good discourse management mark. Interactive communication, this is your eye contact, not only with the examiner, but also in part 3 of the exam. Often in Cambridge you're working with someone else, it depends on the exam here, but basically your ability to work with your partner if you're making eye contact and things like this, or whether you're staring up into space. And obviously your pronunciation, so if you're pronouncing words correctly, or if maybe you have a very heavy accent, it depends on your mother tongue, you might lose some marks for this as well. So these are the 5 areas that examiners give you a mark for. So let's have a little look here. Let's say there is a student. Incidentally, I'll also point out, although in Cambridge exams there are 2 candidates, it doesn't really matter. You are marked individually. It doesn't matter whether the other person is better than you, worse than you know them or you don't know them. This rarely has any bearing on the situation, apart from the fact it might make you feel a little bit better. The examiners are marking you completely individually, and they'll be looking, as I said, at these 5 areas. Every one of these you will get a mark between 0 and 5. 0, of course, 0 is bad. You don't want 0. 5, oh yeah, that's what we're aiming for. That's what we're talking about. So this candidate did quite well. There were some errors there. They didn't mess with his understanding, and he did better than average. So 3 out of 5 here. His lexical resources, he was practically a dictionary. Although it's not really to do with that. He was just using the words in the right way and using a wide variety, so he got high marks here. 4 out of 5. Excellent. Also, his answers were very well organized, so he got 4 out of 5 here. Interactive communication, however, he wasn't so good at making eye contact with his partner and doing the pair tasks together, so he only got half marks here. 2.5 out of 5. And his pronunciation was spot on. So here we go. So the first thing that the examiner will do, and this is where it starts getting a little weird, they get these marks and then they double them. Don't ask me why, but they do. So 3 goes to 6, 4 to 8, 4 to 8, 2.5 to 5, 4 to 8. Okay, so each one of these basically is a maximum out of 10, therefore giving you a total out of 50. So the grand total here, drum roll, is 35 out of 50. That's it, you say, and then they just double it. No, there's more. Then the examiner will give you a mark for global achievement, once again between 0 and 5. What is global achievement, I hear you say? This is generally how well you've performed in the test as a whole. Maybe things like enthusiasm, speaking with your hands, your gestures, all these kinds of things. So he'll give you a global mark, again out of 5. So let's say this particular candidate, he did very well and got 4 out of 5. What the examiner will do then is multiply this global achievement mark by 5, giving you obviously 4 times 5 equals, it's like a maths class this, 20. Okay, so this student did really well. He got 20 out of 25. Finally, what they'll do is they'll add these marks together. So remember, they got 35 for the first 5 criteria, then they got 20 out for their global achievement. They'll add these together, so your total mark is out of 75 in a speaking test, and this particular candidate got 55. So why is all this useful? Well, if you're a teacher like me and you have lots of students, you can work out basically the exact percentage that your students would get in the test, and this is very, very useful. As well as this, some of you might be saying, well, hang on a minute, in my statement of results I got 179. How did they get that number? Indeed a cunning question, my friend. Well, what Cambridge basically have is these little tables. Okay, we're looking at the proficiency one here. That's why on the Cambridge English Scale Score, there'll be another video I'm going to do explaining that. You'll get a number, and what you can see here is in the first column, here's your test score. So if you've got, let's say, 45 out of 75, you're going to score 200, and that's enough to take your C2 or your proficiency certificate. So they'll have another table for CAE and then another table for the Cambridge First as well. So that's how you get this number. Anyway, I hope this video has been enlightening. If there are any questions, I'll do my very, very best to answer them. Thank you very, very much for watching. Bye for now.